Real Madrid is a club designed to win, and that's exactly why they have the most Champions Leagues ever. And today I'm taking over Real Madrid for 10 seasons to see how many trophies I can win with them. And along the way we will see what kind of crazy team we can build, and the goal is to make Real Madrid the club of the decade. This is the Real Madrid team that has to do it, and when I look at this team, I don't think there's a lot that can go wrong. Not only is Real Madrid the expert if it comes to Champions League, but we also have to win the Supercopa, the Copa de España, and of course the La Liga. Every trophy is 1 point, and this year we will see together which team we can win the most trophies with in 10 seasons. So subscribe to my channel and let me know which team I should try next. We have players like Jude Bellingham, Federico Valverde, Thibaut Courtois, and this might be one of the best players at the moment, Vinicius Jr. We should win at least 30 trophies with this team. This is the team for season 1, and this team is insane. I don't know what I think of the formation though. This is much better. And the only problem, we don't really have a real striker. I mean, maybe we can let Bellingham take over. He has 81 finishing, which is better than most strikers. Let's try that, and bam! Bellingham is now a center forward. And I think this attack will create a lot of goals and hopefully a lot of trophies. The midfield, Modric, Valverde and Tchouaméni, I think we can improve that, because Modric is already 37 years old. We still have Toni Kroos on the bench, but he's also 33 years old already. But actually, I want to give them one more season here at Real Madrid. And we have some future on the bench as well. We have Arda Güler. He's only 18 years old and already 77 rated. And also Camavinga, who's only 20 years old. I think for this season, our midfield is good enough. I think at the back, we can improve the most. Militao and Rudiger are great, but Carvajal is getting old as well. He's already 31. And left back, I think we're good. I like Mendy a lot. Also, Courtois is one of the best keepers out there. We can't complain about that. So for the first season, I want to go for a new right back. Madrid's advantage is that we have a reasonably strong bench, but we don't really have a backup striker, so we gotta figure something out for that. Fortunately, we have enough money, 224 million. But remember, in this series, we can only make 2 transfers per season, so we gotta make them count. And for the right back position, I have a couple of options. First off, Nusair Mazraoui, good choice, is still pretty young, so he can develop. And also Marcos Llorente, because getting a Spanish player to Real Madrid is quite attractive. But I think this is the best option. Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's only 24 years old, has quite some experience in Champions League finals, and with an 86 rating, he's probably one of the best right backs you can get in the game right now. So how expensive is he gonna be? I think first off, we should offer about 90 million, and Liverpool wants more than 100 million. So if we pay the 100 million, we have 122 million left that we can use on another transfer. That should be enough, but I want to make sure, so let's offer 95 million. Okay, 98, I'll take it. And Jurgen Klopp accepts the transfer. He wants to stay 5 years with us, and he wants the exact same salary as what he is getting now, but I don't want to give him the bonus, so I hope he accepts, and he does. And so it's Trent Alexander-Arnold, our first signing of the season. And for the first season, I think this team is good enough for now. The biggest risk I'm taking is Bellingham at center forward, and I'm happy that we can give Modric another year at Real Madrid. The only thing I still want to get is a backup striker, and during this series, I want to keep an eye on 3 talents here at the club and make sure that they reach their maximum potential. And for that, we have this Arda Güler, which is one of the talents I want to keep an eye on, and I want to train him as a backup striker. He's only 18 years old and already 77 rated. And aside from him, we have this Alvaro. He's 63 overall, only 18 years old, and he has potential to become one of the best. And I think we got to loan him out just to make sure he will reach his potential. And I hope in a few years of time, he can take over that striker position from Bellingham. Our next talent is Rafael Obrador. He's only 19 years of age and he's already 65 rated. And the same counts for him. I think we should loan him out. And for the first couple of seasons, we're loaning out Obrador and Alvaro to different clubs. And so is this our final team for season number 1. But we got a problem. Rodrigo picked up an injury during preseason and he's out for 2 months with a broken toe. This is a big issue. Now we have the money to get someone in. 131 million should be enough. But what if Rodrigo comes back? What can we do with that player? I think we should keep our transfer for January and play Arda Güler there for now. But it's really early in the season. And now I'm starting to worry, but it is and remains Real Madrid. So we'll figure it out. Let's simulate to the end of season 1. It is the 1st of June 2024. And can we win the La Liga? We are second. It's a tied first place with the same amount of points, the same amount of wins, the same amount of draws, the same amount of losers. What is going on? The only thing is our goal difference with only 3 goals apart. What a season. We lost the Supercopa in the semi-finals. We won the Copa de España though, so that's our first point. In the Champions League, we go through. We won the last 16 from Inter, and we lost the quarterfinal to Borussia Dortmund. And the final is between Atletico and Benfica. Okay. The end of season 1, and check out our team. Bellingham is already 93 overall. And look at these stats. Rodrigo 87, Valverde 89, Alexander-Arnold 87. Only Modric, Toni Kroos, they're only 82 and 83 overall. And sad enough, Vinicius Jr. has been injured for the first half of the season. Wow, Jude scored 30 goals in his first season as a striker. And that was only season number 1. He's only 20 years old. Also Rodrigo, after his injury, he really popped off. 24 goals and 10 assists in 44 games. That's insane. We might have built the best attack ever. And for some reason, Joselu, our backup striker, he just left. And I think it's time for Modric and Kroos to go this year. Camavinga can pick up the midfield position. And in season 1, we only got 1 point with Real Madrid. Season 2, and we have no time to chill. It's time to win the Champions League. We still only have 1 point, but we got rid of Toni Kroos and Luka Modric. They both went out of the club. And lucky enough for us, Camavinga can take that spot easily. The only thing we need now is depth on the bench. I think this season our aim should be a new left back, since that's our only point that's really lacking right now. Our attack is insane. I wonder if Bellingham can keep up with the goal scoring pace though. If that doesn't work, we might need to take him back to the midfield and get a real striker. But this is insane. Money isn't an issue. We have 375 million, so we can get any left back we want. But I want to keep it kind of realistic, and there's one person in real life really linked to Real Madrid, and that is Alphonso Davies. And for some reason this FIFA he already went to Paris Saint-Germain, but it's time for him to transfer clubs again, because I want to get him to Real Madrid. But for a left back, he is really expensive. They want 115 million, and I can't make them change their mind, so we gotta pay that. And that's how we got Alphonso Davies to our club. And I'm not done yet, because for that I want to get this Pablo Barrios from Atletico Madrid, and we had no issue to get Barrios from Atletico to Real Madrid. Our team looks way stronger with Davies on left back and with Barrios on the bench. Before we continue, let's check up on our youth players. Obrador is getting higher and higher in overall. He's already 69 overall. And also Alvaro is growing rapidly at Saint-Etienne. I'm worried about Arda Güler though. He's stuck at that 78. Maybe we gotta loan him out. But we don't have a lot of depth on the bench, so I kinda like him there. I hope he can show us something this season. Let's simulate to the end of season 2. Welcome in June 2025. And I don't know how it happened, but we lost 6-5 on penalties from Paris Saint-Germain in the semi-finals of the Champions League. The final is between Paris Saint-Germain and AC Milan. Every time we lose, I'm kind of afraid to lose my job here. I mean, we can get sacked for this. We didn't win the Supercopa, we got knocked out in the semi-finals. Atletico does. And also the Copa de España, we lost from Girona. I gotta hope for a miracle. At least we won the La Liga with ease. And that means we only won 2 trophies in 2 seasons. How can you win La Liga so easily if you can't even get past the semi-final of the Champions League? And now I don't understand it at all. Look at our team. Bellingham is 96 overall. Vinicius is 92 and Rodrigo is 90. I think we got the best attack ever built. And I think I found a problem. Jude only scored 17 goals. I mean, he's good, but he's not a real striker, is he? Rodrigo is popping off with 35. I think it was a good experiment, but it's time for something different. And I fact-checked it. Paris Saint-Germain wins the Champions League. But next year, it's ours. Season 3, and it's finally time for us to win the Champions League. And to do that, I changed Jude Bellingham back to an attacking midfielder, and that makes our midfield insane. But yeah, we really need a good striker. But we are Real Madrid, so money isn't an issue. And there's one player that Real Madrid wants like forever. I think it's time to go for the biggest transfer ever. Kylian Mbappé. He's throwing his career at Paris Saint-Germain. It's time for the real deal. I have no idea what he's going to cost. I've never bought Kylian Mbappé in any career mode in FC 24. Let's start with 250 million. Just to see what Paris will say. They want 263 million. That's a lot of money. But to be honest, he's probably worth it. And he's even down to take a pay cut to come and join us. Mbappé, welcome to the club. I don't think we need anyone else. This team is insane. And let's talk about our talents. Alvaro, he's now 73 rated. And I think he can be a decent backup for Kylian Mbappé. So let's keep him with the club and let's give him a good development plan and hope that he will get even better. The same for Rafael Obrador. I still want to loan him out for a couple of years because we have enough depth on that position. And Arda Güler's finally working on his potential and he's getting higher and higher. Let's make sure this will be a year that we will never forget. Just like last season, we topped the La Liga. We lost the Supercopa in the final from Bilbao. Copa de España, I have no idea where we are. Last of 32 against Alaves. Yeah. Champions League, we topped the group. We won 3-1 on Sporting. Quarterfinals, we lost to Manchester City. Getting Mbappé to the club wasn't really worth the investment yet. He doesn't really feel like he's home at the moment. He only scored 24 goals in 51 games. I can't believe with a team like this, we only managed to win 3 trophies in 3 seasons. I hope season 4 will be better for us. Season 4, and I don't understand that this team can win the Champions League. I mean, we have the best attack on the world, maybe even the best midfield in the world. The only thing I can think of is maybe a new center back. Rudiger is getting old, and I think that this man is really interesting for us. And so we decided to buy Sven Botman for 60 million. And I really tried, but Alvaro just can't get high enough. And so for a second striker, I decided to get Rasmus Højlund to our club. Even our bench is insane now. Let's hope that we can reach something this year in the Champions League. It's the end of the season and we topped the La Liga. We also won the Supercopa on penalty kicks. In the Copa de España, we got eliminated by Huesca. Never heard of them. The Champions League, we go through. Last 16, we win from AC Milan. We won 9-4 from Juventus. 9-4. And we also won the semi-final, which means that we are in the final against Bayern Munich. And this team, wow. Our front 6 are all 90 rated or higher. Also Militao, Courtois, Alexander-Arnold, Davies is even getting there. The only problem I see is that our bench is getting worse and worse because the players are getting old, but they are replaceable. Vinicius and Mbappé both scored more than 30 goals in a season. And together, we're going to watch if we can win the Champions League final. Let's simulate it. And we lost the final. Mbappé missed a penalty. I hope next season will be better. Also, if you haven't subscribed, this is my first video ever on this channel, so it will mean the world to me. Last season was better, but it is still not where we want to be. And to be fair, I have no idea where we can upgrade. Our talents, Ovara and Oberbor, are still getting up there, but we really have to replace our backup keeper. And what about this Andre Onana? I know in real life, he's a clown, man. But it is still FIFA. And for a backup keeper, I think he will be alright. And with Onana on the bench, we're going to simulate another season to see if we can win the Champions League. The end of the season, and we topped the La Liga again. And we also won the Supercopa. But in the Copa de España, Atletico was a bit too strong. We topped the Champions League group. We won the last 16 against Bayern Munich, but we lost in the quarterfinal 6-5 from Internazionale. We're in the final against Napoli, a real Italian final. And now I completely understand what happened. Why is Onana on goal? Courtois just left to Manchester United for some reason. We need a new top goalkeeper. Vinicius scores 34 goals in this season, and for some reason, he's playing better than our striker. I want to change up the tactic next year, and we really need to get a new keeper in. And we can go for Donnarumma or Gregor Kobel, but I found this keeper at Feyenoord. He's only 23 and already 92 overall. They want 300 million for a goalkeeper. Fortunately, money isn't an issue, and that's why we bought Restes to Real Madrid. And with Restes in our team, it's completely insane. We can replace Rudiger by our talent Obrador, who can finally take a place on the bench. And Alvaro is actually getting there, with being 77 rated. And Arda Güler is stuck for some reason at 84, but still a decent enough bench player. We need to win the Champions League. That's my goal this video. We have the most insane attack you can think of. The same for the midfield and our defense as well. The only one that's not 90 rated or above is Sven Botman. I think we should just simulate to the end of the season. New season, and we win the La Liga again. The Supercopa we lost in the semi-finals by racing the Ferrol, but we won the Copa España. The Champions League, we go through the group. The last 16 we win from RB Leipzig. The quarterfinal we win from AC Milan. We also win the semi-finals from Lens. And that means that it is Real Madrid against Paris Saint-Germain in the final. Mbappé against his former club. And I said I wanted to change the tactic, but I wanted to give it one more chance this season. And again we reached that final. Again it's Mbappé that doesn't really score goals. In fact, Højlund actually scored more goals. And he played more games. Mbappé is starting to decline as well. What is going on, man? I hope he can step up in the final against his former club, because we really need him at the moment. Let's simulate. Real Madrid wins the final. Bellingham twice and Davies scores. And that's how we win 3 trophies in one season. And we finally reached the 10 trophies mark for Real Madrid. On to the next season. Season 7, and how do we even make this team better? And And especially when players start hiding. Pablo Barrios is 87 for some reason. His bench is just, yeah. I want to try something new this season. Let's try the 4-2-3-1. It's my favorite formation so far this year. And I feel like this formation is perfect for this Real Madrid team. Let's try it for the upcoming season. I don't think we should change too much. Let's just simulate to the end of the season. It's June 2030. And that means the end of season 7. And even though we win the La Liga again and the Copa de España and also the Super Cup, we lost the Super Copa against Barcelona and we lost in the Champions League semi-final from Atletico. Somehow the other Spanish teams are maybe even stronger than us. Changing the formation was a good idea though. Mbappé had more than 50 goal contributions this year. And the same for Vinicius, he just keeps going with the 31 goals this season. But what can be the issue that we can't win the Champions League? I mean, our attack is insane, our midfield is insane, and there's nothing wrong with our defense as well. And don't even start about our goalkeeper Restes. Even our bench is insane. 88 rated, 89 rated, and even Arda Güler is now 85. I have no idea what can be the issue. It was a difficult season, but it's time to get back even stronger. And without any adjustments, let's simulate to the end of season 8. It's June 2031. Our team just keeps getting better and better. We have a 98 rated goalkeeper. The only problem, Mondi, what's going on? Fortunately, we still have Garcia on our reserves though, so that replacement's no issue. One of our talents, Obrador, actually grew to an 85 overall. The same for Güler, he's 86. Alvaro, he's a bit stuck. Anyway, La Liga. We lost La Liga. This is the first time in a while we didn't win La Liga. Oh god, Super Copa, we won it. That's one. Copa de España, we lost in the final. The Super Cup, we didn't even participate in that this year because yeah, we didn't win the Champions League. Champions League, we topped the group. We won the last 16 against Hoffenheim. We lost a 4-3 against Monaco in the quarterfinals. And the final is between Leverkusen and Internazionale. So this season we only get 1 point to be added to our total. Season 9 and some players are getting worse. For example, Eder Militao, he's already 33 years of age at this point. And the same for Valverde, even though he's still high, it's not going to take any longer. Oh yeah, the same for Mbappé, he's the same age as Valverde. Fortunately for us, Barrios and Camavinga are both 89 overall now, so they can take it over for sure. But for this season, I think it's important to get a new center back in that can either replace Militao or strengthen the bench, because for some reason we only have left backs on our bench. And who else than this 30-year-old William Saliba? And so for 169 million we get William Saliba to Real Madrid. And with Saliba added to the bench, there should be no team that can stop us. A Champions League final. Yeah, we're in the Champions League final. But first, the La Liga, we won it with ease. The Super Copa, we got kicked out in the semi-final by Barcelona on penalties. Copa de España, Real Sociedad, who kicks us out in the quarterfinals. And there's only one trophy left that we can win this year. Our team is insane. Rodrigo is also 96, but he has a red card for this game. So I think it's going to be Barrios who's going to play a Champions League final. This is how Manchester City looks. We should have that. So let's just simulate Real Madrid wins the Champions League. And with that, we go with 16 trophies to the last season. We're now simulating through the last season. And we have another Champions League final. That's 2 in a row. And we knocked out a couple of good teams. And of course, we won the La Liga. We lost the Super Copa in the final. And the Copa de España, I have no idea where we are. Fortunately, we win the Super Cup. And there's one prize left. We can win with this insane team. Saliba overtook Militao in the meantime. So that's a good replacement. Barrios and Camavinga both are 90 overall. What a team, what a bench. Our talents, Obrador is already 85 overall. Arda Güler is now 87 overall. And Alvaro went to a 78. And he's about to leave at the end of the season. Mbappé scored 43 goals this season. But can he show it to us in the Champions League final against Bayern München? And of course we won it. And with La Liga, a Super Cup and a Champions League, is our total final trophies 19. And at the moment Real Madrid is on top with 19 trophies. And if you want to see more of this, subscribe to my channel.